Check this out.
Okay.
I look good.
Okay. On the street and I got my swag on. Okay. Get the money, gotta get my bag on. Okay. Triple back.
Hi, I'm your host Alex. Today for an episode of Control and Submit, we have Andrew Racine, black belt in Jiu-Jitsu competitor, and he's soon going to the Europeans. So it'll be fun to have his take on what it takes to get prepared, the traveling, the techniques, and everything.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Andrew.
Awesome.
So tell us a bit about yourself before we talk about the Europeans.
Yeah, so I'm a first degree black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I've been training about 15 years. I try to compete whenever I can. That's pretty much it. I teach as well downtown. We have a club in downtown Montreal on Sherbrooke Street.
You want to say the name?
Yeah, it's Enzo Gracie.
So for those who don't know, right?
Enzo Gracie downtown.
Okay.
Yeah,
good.
and then I also train in the West Island, and we have a school in Laval as well.
And your specialty, from what I understand, is gi, right?
Yeah.
But you do sometimes no gi?
I do a little bit of no gi every maybe second year, just to say I did it a little bit, but gi is my focus. Yeah.
Okay, good. And now you will be preparing to go to the Europeans very soon, right?
Yeah.
On which date?
I'm leaving tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm leaving tomorrow and I'm competing Saturday.
Okay, so Saturday, that would be the 17th?
Yeah.
Okay, so good. So if this episode manages to get out before, you can watch him on the 17th. Which, your black belt, obviously, so which weight will you be fighting?
I'll be doing middleweight.
Okay, middleweight. So that's what, 185?
181 pounds.
81,
with
okay.
the gi on.
Okay, with the gi. Okay, good. That's a good question I wanted to ask you, actually. Is that close to your regular weight?
Yeah, I'm anywhere from like 175 to 180 usually.
Oh, so you don't need to cut?
No. Watch my weight a little, but yeah.
Because that's the question I was wondering if when you're traveling, like overseas, cutting might be different. It's not, you're not at home, right? It's not the same thing.
But I'm pretty low right now. It was like 175 this morning, so I should be good.
Okay, so talking about traveling, you going to Europeans, because I know you're competing around, I see you often on social media competing. You going to the Europeans, first, is it the first time?
No, second time.
second
I
time.
went in 2019.
Okay, a few years ago. And you going now to Europeans, when you go further like that, is it partly for the fun of traveling and doing jiu-jitsu, or it's really part of your goal of
A bit of both, right? I think going to Portugal, especially at this time of the year, is a big benefit, right? With the weather right now, so I'm not going to complain about that. But my goal is to do as well as possible at the big tournaments.
Okay, so it's really you want to go to a big tournament. It's not just, oh, why not? It's going to be good weather.
Yeah.
You really want to do that. So that's good. So now you're going to the Europeans. How do you prepare yourself when you say, I'm going to go travel to Europe? Is it the same thing as when you're competing in Montreal, or you really set it yourself differently?
Pretty much. Because I work full time, I'm not on the mats as much as a lot of people. So I really try to pick my training well, who I can roll with. You know, sometimes I'll go across town to roll with this person. And that's why my main training partners are very important. They give me the rounds I need because I'm not training 6 days a week. I'm training 3 days a week because of my job. So I need to get the best out of all my sessions.
It's interesting you say that, because now more and more when you're watching social media, people are talking about not necessarily training a lot more, but training with a lot of intention.
Yeah.
So now that you're saying you go around town to find a partner, or in your gym, but you know which partner you go with, how do you set up your training? Do you have specific drills? Do you have specific techniques?
Often just rounds.
Okay.
You know, the drilling I could do with almost anyone. You know, with my students, all that. But the hard rounds, if I invite a bunch of people from other gyms to come train, we're mostly doing rounds. We're trying to get the most out of the session.
So, I understand the difference. So when you want to train, you bring somebody, it's to get a hard round.
Yeah.
But with your students practicing a position, you're fine with that.
Exactly.
That's interesting, because that's often, you hear that often also. As long as the person is close to blue belt to purple, it's enough to practice good technique. But then when you want to go to war, you need somebody your level, right? Well, that's good. And do you know people across different schools, or?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I look to train with different people. My buddy I'm in, Triangle Nation, good training partner.
I saw you went to give a seminar or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I know very well. I mean, he started with me when he was, I think, a white or blue belt.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. But when he was 14, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe he was there for 6 months, a year.
So we actually have a very similar game.
Yeah, cool.
So he's a good person to train with. There's a lot of good guys, you know. Carl's gym's another
Yeah.
gym. So there are good rounds in Montreal.
That's
for
very
sure,
cool.
no doubt.
And I think it also what's cool is Montreal is more and more open as
Yeah.
you can go meet people in different gyms and
It was
stuff like
different back in the day.
that. Yeah,
Like
no,
I
exactly.
was GB back in the day. I think you were BTT
Yeah,
for a while.
exactly.
So it was like, okay, well, they're BTT, we're GB.
Yeah, we don't mix.
Yeah. But for example, Gumby
Yeah.
was here in town last week.
Yeah, he
for
trained here with us
for,
too.
You know, for Christmas.
Yeah.
And I trained with him.
Oh, cool.
He's somebody I've competed against with back in the day. And now whenever he's in town, he's great to train with. So,
Nice. It's funny you say that because he's actually the episode that was supposed to be just before yours.
Yeah.
But because you're leaving, I'll try to post it before.
Okay.
But Gumby came and we did an
awesome,
episode
yeah,
and we
yeah.
trained together.
Yeah, he's killing. He took second at the
yeah.
World Pro.
He's a beast.
Yeah, yeah.
Him and his brother.
Yeah, yeah.
But his brother, he's like more camera shy, but he's like
Yeah.
amazing.
And he's doing
amazing.
Europeans too.
Nice, nice. I love this guy. I'll say it to the camera. I love you. Not joking. We know each other very well. Raf is cool. So for the training camp, you drill with your students. Is there techniques that even though you're training like with people just round, but is there techniques specifically that you think that this is what I'm going to try to do
Yeah.
at the Europeans?
For sure. I think, honestly, there's something called the 80-20 method, and 80% of your success in competition comes from 20% of your moves. So, like, I have an A game, and most people who know me know what my A game is, and I'm going to go to Europe with the same A game, you know? I'm not, thankfully, I'm in Europe, people know me less. Now we have, you know, YouTube, Flow Grappling, so people can look me up, but my A game is my A game. I'm not looking for something new in this tournament necessarily.
Do you think you're gonna when you fight in a tournament? Some people will, let's say, example, pull guard or do takedowns, etc. And some people will look, oh, this guy looks like a big guy, I'll pull guard. And oh, this guy looks like tall and lengthy, I'll do this. When you fight, do you go to your A game regardless of whoever you're fighting, or you think, maybe I'll change my game because of this guy?
Usually, yes, I'll go to my A game, but I have adjusted strategies based on opponents. But usually, I just focus on my game.
Okay.
And that's going to be the thing for Europe. I didn't really look up too many guys who I might be facing. So, A game right away.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. And when you will travel to Europe, are you fighting the next day or the same day that
So
you're like?
I leave Thursday tomorrow.
Okay.
We arrive Friday morning in Portugal, and I compete Saturday morning.
Okay.
So I like have a day, you know.
And do you find it difficult to, because when you're in Montreal, you leave from your house, you're going,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
the morning, the day before, maybe you were even training,
Yeah.
and now you will have 2 days of maybe probably not training or much. Or
Yeah.
Do you find that it makes a difference, or you're good with that?
We'll find out. I like to roll as much as I can leading up to tournaments, so we'll find out. I don't remember it really being an issue last time I went to Portugal, so
No jet lag, stuff like that.
And honestly, so I'm competing, I think, at 9 a.m. on Saturday, which is like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. our time.
Okay.
But I'm a night owl. So
Oh, okay.
I'm
So for
used
you it's
to-
good.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I have a question about your training. Maybe more like a part would be maybe advice for new people. Maybe how do you think a new person could take the most efficient amount of training? Because often people are talking about, oh, we should just do drills or games to understand concept, etc. Versus, especially before, there was a lot more emphasis on technique, and now it's divided a bit depending on, like, do you think it makes a difference at your level in your career, or should everybody do the same? Or what do you think about this?
So when you first start, I think basic classes, like beginner classes, are very important because you know you're not going to know how to do an arm bar if no one's ever showed you properly. You're not going to know how to do a triangle, a this, a basic sweep. So I think the basic structure is really important at the start. The more experience you get as you go to blue, purple, brown, I think you know your game and what works best for you. More sparring, more drilling, how you spar, specific training. I think the older you get in jiu-jitsu, the more you play around with that. But when you start off, I think it's really important to just do the basics.
Techniques. Yeah, it's definitely important. Sometimes, exactly, I think that people, they watch, I think, too much social media.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, this guy does only this. Yeah, but this guy is already excellent. This guy trains 4 hours a day. You're training 3 times a week.
Yeah.
You don't know how to do an armbar. Start by that,
Yeah.
and then we'll do all the
100%,
games. We could do some of the games, but I mean, if you can't even do an armbar, what are we even talking? Like, that's what I think. Like you, it's similar. thoughts on that. When you go compete, do you have a lot of stress? Because everybody has some stress, but do you have a lot of stress? Some people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I get nervous, you know. I find generally, I tell people this all the time, I get more nervous for the local tournaments where I feel I have to win than the big ones. If I go to Worlds, I'm not the favorite to win, you know? So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with me not being the favorite. I'm okay with, you know, less people knowing who I am. As opposed to locally, I feel there's a lot of pressure.
You have to win.
Yeah. But for this upcoming tournament, I'm the number 2 seed, and I feel I feel I have a very good chance of winning. That stress is coming, right? There isn't really anyone in the bracket who I feel's at a different level than me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like both. It's funny because it goes both ways. The good part of that is you have confidence.
Yeah.
The bad part is like I'm supposed to win now,
exactly.
compared to like your local tournament thing. Oh, that's interesting. And do you have a specific mat ritual, or you just go, or you say, oh, I'm listening to music, I'm doing this?
I warm up. I think warming up's important, especially the older I get. I do my stretches. I do kind of like a basic GB warm up. Back in the day, we used to do the push-ups, all that. It gets my body going. And then I just drill some techniques with whoever's there, and then I go. I don't try to overdo it.
Yeah. Now, are you going with somebody else?
I'm going with my professor,
Okay, cool.
Glenn McKenzie.
Okay, so you'll be able to warm up together. Is he competing too? Or?
No,
Okay.
me.
I didn't think so, but maybe I didn't see Glenn in a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. So you'll be able to warm up together, prepare. At least you have a coach, because that's another issue when you go somewhere, you might not have a coach and you're just alone, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. You'll be able to have a coach. And is anybody else from your school or no?
No, just us.
Oh, okay. Oh, good. Do you have advice for a person that's doing their first competition?
Yeah. I think for a lot of people who do their first competition, they get very nervous. And what I tell my students all the time is nobody cares really. Like whether you win or lose, we're going to forget about it in 1 second. I know it seems like a big deal for you, you know, your first time competing, I have to perform. But at the end of the day, no one really cares. You know, people aren't going to go home and talk about, you know, oh, so-and-so lost. So just enjoy the process. I know it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
You're going to be nervous, and I get it. I get nervous too, right? But at the end of the day, life goes on. So do your best, learn from it. And even if the results aren't exactly what you want, keep going.
It's interesting because I want to ask you a question related to that, the results that are not like you want. For me, I found, and everybody says that it's cliche in jiu-jitsu, but I think it actually is true. Every time I lose, the move that I get caught with barely ever happens to me again, because it gets so stuck in your memory. Remember that year when I got caught in this tournament? It bothers you so much. You're gonna like practice it like and never gonna get caught in this again. Which when you win, you're like, oh whatever, I won, cool. Like you don't practice something because you won, right?
Yeah. So no, for sure.
So the losing.
You have to take, well, whenever you lose, you have to take something from it. What did I do wrong? What could I do better? How can I adjust? You know, losing just for losing is pointless.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to at least take something out of it.
And I saw like there was the documentary with Mike Tyson. He said something interesting, but I feel it's exactly what happens on the mic in the mats. He says that before he goes on the ring, I don't know if you saw it, but he says, I'm scared, I'm worried, I'm stressed. Why am I doing this? And he says, as soon as the ring goes and the round starts, I feel like I'm a beast. Do you see like when you're starting your stress, but when you start grabbing the gi and starting, you're like, oh, okay, I'm back.
I've never been nervous mid-match.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm nervous leading up. I'm nervous the walk. I'm nervous right before you get on the mats. But once that match starts, once I get my grips, it's no different than training.
Exactly. I think maybe that's one of the things to say to new people. Says, look, I know you're freaking out now, but when it actually starts, you're too intense to freak out.
You're too busy. You're in a, you know, I don't like to call it jiu-jitsu match a fight, but you're in a match, right? So like you have other things to worry about, you know? So
the stress will pass. So for those who think that you're too nervous to do it, it will pass.
100%.
Good. And you told me, I think one of your favorite techniques was collar sleeve and lasso. Was that something you were doing always, or is this new?
I started picking that up like late blue, early purple, and that's been my A game ever since. But no, I used to play like a lot of half guard. I actually used to like to wrestle a lot, be on top. But no, now I'm really a collar sleeve player.
Collar sleeve, or lasso, or
both.
More collar sleeve
and
more
then
your...
I put in the lasso, work off it.
And do you find it? I find it hard because when I start getting a really good A game at something, sometimes I find it hard because I tell myself, okay, I won't do this for the next month. And then I start rolling and I go right back to my game and I was like, oh shit, I said I won't do this anymore.
Yeah.
Do you find it hard to sometimes just go away from your A game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my A game, right? In training, I try to move away from it less, but there have been times I've competed and I go against an opponent who I know I kind of have a big advantage over. I'm like, okay, I won't do this, I won't do that, but when it's right there, it's right there.
Yeah, it's hard.
tough,
Your
know?
body naturally wants to do
exactly.
your favorite move.
Exactly.
Good. I had another question I wanted to ask you. Is the Europeans now at this stage in your career? I know you've been like how many 15 years? You told me almost.
Yeah.
Exactly. So when you're going there, what is your goals now in your career? Because obviously you're not going to be rich off of jiu-jitsu. So what is your goal with jiu-jitsu now?
Just do the best possible. Places at as many big tournaments as I can.
Okay.
Last year was my first time placing at a major tournament at black belt.
Nice.
So I want to continue that. I want to, prove it, do it again, do as well as possible. Not just place this time, maybe win. Just the best result possible.
Yeah, and the Europeans are pretty big one. The amount of people.
Yeah,
I mean, it's probably the biggest one, I think.
Over 6,000 people.
Yeah, exactly. Often there's more people than the Worlds. I don't know this year, but often there's more.
And I've been. It's huge. You go there, the venue is packed. It's an atmosphere.
And do you feel like the fact that the venue is so big, do you feel that makes a difference in your stress level, or it makes no difference? Small, big, it makes the same
I mean,
thing?
it's been like 6 years since I've been, so I don't know once I get there how I'm going to feel, but
I mean, it doesn't
don't
bother
think
you.
so,
More
no.
people, less people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe it's even more anonymous. Like
Yeah,
you were saying, local tournament, you look at the people, they all know you.
Exactly.
But this one, like, nobody knows me. I don't care.
I don't really, doesn't really stress me too much.
Yeah, good.
The crowd size or anything.
No, that's very good.
Yeah.
So after this interview, do you mind showing us one of the techniques you like?
Absolutely.
So which one do you think you're going to show us?
I'm going to be showing a sweep I like to do. Nicholas Murgali made it really popular. It's referred to as the Magalhães Sweep, where I'm essentially sweeping you with my lasso.
Good.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Yep.